Yo, what's going on? What's happening? Before I begin, I want to say rest in peace to Shanquella. I think I'm pronouncing her name right. Robinson. You know what I'm saying? I covered this story when it first came out. To be truthful with you, let me be factual with you. The game spitter that is on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? He talked about it. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to even cover it. Now, the game spitter, for those that are, aware of his channel, he's a Charlotte native. You know what I'm saying? So he was the first to break the story. And then after that, I decided that I wanted to, speak my mind about it. You know what I'm saying? So for those that don't know, there was a young female by the name of Shanquella Robinson. If I'm not mistaken, her as well as her friends had traveled to New Mexico vacationing. Make the long story short, during the vacation, Shanquella was unresponsive. You know what I'm saying? And she later died. And her friends wind up coming back to the States and no one was charged. Now, there's footage, of her getting into a scuffle with, I guess, I'll say a friend, or I'll at least say an associate, you know what I'm saying, that was on the trip with her. And the person was punching her in the head and all the rest of that stuff. Mexican police have ruled her death femicide, you know what I'm saying? Murder by a female. They already have someone that they're charging, you know what I mean? It was up to the United States to actually file charges, the U.S. prosecutors to file charges on the female that they have a warrant out for her arrest in Mexico, and they dropped the ball. It's just that plain and simple. They felt as though U.S. prosecutors, that is, they felt as though that it wasn't enough of substantial evidence in order to prosecute. Now we have a black female, young black female, no children, you know what I'm saying, was a entrepreneur, ran a successful business, if I'm not mistaken, braiding hair, if it was braiding hair or watching children. I think it was braiding hair, if I'm not mistaken. And she had a mother, she had a father, she had friends and family, and now, she's being taken away from her loved ones, and her case isn't solved. Now, who do we blame? Do we blame the city of Charlotte? Do we blame America? You know what I'm saying? Do we blame New Mexico? Who do we put the blame on for this young female's death? Who? It comes to a time in life where you have to just, no lie, you have to put down your feet. Put your foot down. And in this day and time, there have been several times that we needed to put our foot down where the mark was missed. In this particular situation, let me tell you something. The U.S. government is unreliable. That's real talk. Like, I'm just trying to understand, what do we as African Americans expect from a government that has treated us the way that they have treated us all these years? I'm just trying to understand this. I'm just trying to understand it. Why do we still have Stockholm Syndrome? Why do we expect for people that don't like us? For people that's just, seriously, that's just real. People put up with us. They don't really like being around us black people. They just put up with us. What you expect? I could go on this, I could pull this race card and say, well, if she was white, they would have found, the murderer, and if this and that. We already know all of this. You see, this is the difference between me and other people. I'm tired of talking about this stuff. I want an immediate answer, or rather solution, and let's run or roll with that. And that's that. Like, I'm tired of saying the same shit every year. Or whenever there's a situation that happens. That's real talk. Like, what do you expect? Did you really truly expect for the United States to do the so-called quote-unquote good thing? Or New Mexico? Nobody holds any type of value for us other than us. That's real talk. There's going to have to be a private investigation done. And once that private investigation is done, then that information or whatever, they find, you know what I'm saying, to add to the story, they need to bring that to whoever it is. They need to bring that to New Mexico, to the Mexican authorities, because U.S., they're done with it. They wiped their hands with it. They're done. So we need to take whatever we find out that's new to New Mexico and see what can be done. Other than that, I'm just being real with you. I mean, it's either that or just take the L. Real talk. Just take the L. Nobody's going to be held accountable for taking away a little brown girl. They're not. Unless she was making, you know what I'm saying, the so-called powers that be money. Now, if you would have took out LeBron James or his son, that would have been something different. Because LeBron James and his son, based on the way his son is playing, they're an asset to, you know what I'm saying, the powers that be. They're an asset. But a little brown girl like Shanquella Robinson should be overlooked. And the only people or persons that will miss her are her loved ones, her real friends and family. But when is it that we're going to wake up, black people, and really know that all we have is us? When are we going to do that? I'm asking, no, seriously, this is a sincere question. When are we going to wake up and realize that? And I'm not waiting. Normally I'll say, when are we going to wake up? I'll wait. I'm not waiting. I'm impatient when it comes to this question being answered. I'm impatient when it comes to black people making certain moves. Because throughout history, we have a consistency of bitching and complaining about our problems and never providing a concrete solution. So it gets to the point where I'm starting to realize, do we like the pain more than do we like pain and suffering more than we like happiness and joy? I'm trying to understand it. Do we love? Do we embrace? Is this our thing? To embrace pain, death, suffering, poverty? Is this something that we enjoy doing? Is this something that we enjoy going through? Because it's obvious, like without the answer being, without the question being answered, based on our actions, we love it. Don't you understand that we are the only race that's going through this type of madness? Where we're killing each other. There are over 80,000 missing black women in America. Over 80,000 missing black women in America. And then this happens to this female, Shanquella. How do you How is it that you don't have a sufficient amount of evidence in order to prosecute? The video that I saw of her getting beat up, that was enough to at least question the person that was recording that video and the person that was beating up on Shanquella Robinson. Straight up. You mean to tell me y'all don't have enough power to at least bring in people for questioning? Straight up. Because y'all are quick to round up people that look like me on the street corner that ain't doing shit. We just shooting the shit. We just talking. All of a sudden, cop come around and they want to round up everybody. They want to arrest everybody that was on the street corner. And all we was doing just shooting the shit, talking about how the Lakers lost last night. I think that was the Lakers that lost last night. You lock us up for little to nothing. But when it comes to a young brown woman, African-American woman, it's taking y'all months to figure out if y'all gonna prosecute anyone. This broad has been dead since October, if I'm not mistaken. October, November of last year. This is ridiculous. Mother and father on local news. I see them all the time on local news. They're trying their best to solve this case. They want justice to be served. Could you imagine losing your daughter? And the friends are lying? Nobody's telling you the truth. Everybody's making stuff up. That's why I continue to say what I say. We need to have another race. We need to form a different race. You know what I'm saying? Because the ASs, they've ruined, you know what I'm saying, the black race. Straight up, like they've ruined it. Like when I say I'm black, or if I say I'm African American, behind that title, it's so much negativity to the point where I don't even want to say it anymore. I want to call myself something different. We've tarnished. I ain't gonna say we. I'll say the NIGGASs have tarnished that title. Even though that was a title, Black and African American was a title that was given to us. We weren't self-appointed that name. That's what I'm saying. Like, black people, when we gonna get it together, man? Straight up. We didn't even call ourselves black. When are we gonna give ourselves a name? A title? When are we gonna give ourselves a language? When are we gonna get back to our culture? That's real talk. When are we gonna fall back in love with nature again? I'm so tired of black people. Shit. The first sign of some type of heat. Oh, today was like 80. Oh, please. You can't have no 80-degree weather in the South. You see a whole bunch of black women with goddamn umbrellas. You know, I don't want to get no darker than this. So you don't like the skin that you're in? Yo, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. I try my best to not think about the condition that black people are in. I try my best every day, but it's ugly. It's ugly, man. It really is. It's so ugly to the point where I know non-blacks are on the sidelines like, damn, I'm glad I ain't black. Real talk. A lot of non-blacks don't say anything about how we've been treated. Still being treated wrong. But they know deep inside of their minds, that shit ain't right. They know it. They know it. They know good and goddamn well if their daughter or their sister or whoever, you know what I'm saying? It was their loved one. They know good and goddamn well they would want someone to solve that case that killed their loved one. They would want to know. They would want justice to be served. And let me tell you something. For you to be racist, for you to hate someone just because of the color of their skin, you can't be human. You can't. There's no possible way. Let's just be real. I don't hate the Caucasian race. But I'm just being real with you. I have every right to, though. But I'm human. I know that every Caucasian is not racist. I know that there were Caucasians that actually helped us when we were kidnapped, not when we were slaves. We were never Slavics. When we were kidnapped, stolen, there were white people or Caucasian people or Europeans that helped us. So every European or Caucasian is not evil. It's not bad. How is it that I know this after the shit that the Caucasian race has done to my race? How can I be fair and equal to a race that has never been fair and equal to me or my people? So I'm starting to really believe that people that have a deep hatred towards blacks have a real mental problem. Excuse me, there's no sympathy. America is not empathetic whatsoever. And it's a shame. But then again, it's not. What really is a shame, what's really embarrassing, is for us to think that they were going to help us. Nah. The helping hand is at the end of your own arm. Use it. That plain and simple. Stop asking for help. Stop thinking that someone's going to give you something like reparations when they're not. Rely on yourself. Do what you have to do. Practice self-preservation. Teach your children. That plain and simple. It's a new day and time. All that kumbaya, why can't we get along? Why are we killing each other? Aren't we brothers and sisters? Why are we treating one another? All of that's BS. Throw that out the window. Focus on you and yours. And don't trust anyone. Straight up. Nowadays, in 2023, you gotta earn my trust. And I know some people may say, well, man, if you have that type of attitude, how are we ever gonna come together? Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I have that attitude because that's the type of attitude that was given to me. Straight up. Treat one another like you want to be treated. So throughout all these years, I've been doing whatever I had to do for black people. I've been bending over backwards, paws for black people. Only to come to the conclusion that, hold up, black people are going to change when they want to. So you mean to tell me out of all these years I've been busting my ass and it just took me that quick to figure it out? Yup. It was that quick and that easy. You got to understand, I've been in this game for years. And now I've totally got it. I truly understand it. Stop trying to save black folks. Save yourself. That plain and simple.